Hi, it's Eric, and we're going to be talking about this watch right here. The Seiko Marinemaster Platinum Tuna 50th Anniversary SBBN 029. So, Seiko. I bought my first Seiko 8 weeks ago. Out of 15 to 20 years of collecting, my first Seiko 8 weeks ago. And it was the Ninja Tuna, and it's that 300, all black, and I love it. Through there, I ended up buying this Platinum Tuna, and I have a Darth coming. So, God, I read about this happening to people, and I'm like, how could this have happened to me? Because I don't think it's a good-looking watch. I really don't still. I think it's ugly. I do think that the Tunas are ugly, and I'm going to be owning 3 of them. I have 2 now and another one in the mail any day. So for me to rationalize, I look at it this way. It's an ugly watch, but it's incredibly sexy. It's a sexy watch. The watch is ugly, but sexy. The reason why it's sexy to me, it's purposeful built. It's a tool watch. It's a real tool watch. It's not masquerading as something else. It's unlike anything else, and it doesn't follow what everybody loves to say is, it's trying to look like a Rolex sub. It doesn't happen. There's no way this can be mistaken for anything other than what it is, a Tuna. So, from its history and saturation diving to the 7C46A movement that was made for it, for the quartz version, to the auto, everything is just done on purpose. So there's a great history to read to it, and that's important. I think there's a lot to read. There's more information than I ever thought on any watch out there for the Tunas. So we're going to take a look at this Seiko SBBN 029 Platinum Tuna. Thanks. So, let's take a closer look at this, the Platinum Tuna 50th Anniversary SBBN 029. The big difference with this is, as I mentioned before, the Cermet, which is ceramic and metal shroud. Can't be really scratched. It's just, I think that the watch is amazing. Titanium and the Cermet and the stainless. There's a lot of different metals and different things going on with this watch. The big difference, as I mentioned before, is that shroud looking chrome-like, as well as this lighter silicone strap that's very comfortable, but it looks a little bit more gray than white. Most people think it's white, but it's not. What can't you love about this? A 5-year, right on the money 7C46 movement that you're never going to have a problem with. Talk about grab and go. This thing is amazing. And if you do dive, this is something that you can really depend on. 5-year battery life, originally created in 1975. LumiBrite. Oh my God, this thing is a torch. And it also has longevity. So I love that as well. Then there's the story about them taking this down. You can look at it. You can see it on YouTube where they do a test and they take the Seikos down to a depth of like 4,000 feet. This stops at 3,300 or something like that, only because the crystal compresses. So it is a monocoque case, so it actually is solid back here. There's nothing to take off, and everything has to be assembled through the crown. So there's only 2 points of egress, which are the crown and the sapphire crystal. So that's the difference with this as well. Is it's sapphire, where a lot of the earlier ones were hardlex. This is sapphire, and it also has loomed bezel up to 20 minutes. So that's pretty cool. It's 49 millimeters in diameter, and also the same lug to lug. I actually think it's 48.5 lug to lug. It's a lugless design, so that's why it does really fit every wrist. There's no way it doesn't fit the wrist. It's just, what does it look like on your wrist? It's 16 millimeters thick. It has 22 millimeter lugs, and it's 114 grams. One of the things that I love about this watch is something that a lot of people don't, and I absolutely love the bezel action. The bezel action on this watch is amazing. And, it's not comparable to Rolex. It's not comparable to a lot of brands because it's different. It's a total different animal. And does everything line up? Yes. It's a different animal. The reason why is that it's not, if you look at Tudor and you look at Rolex, there's a ball bearing. So you have 120 clicks on the Rolex, you have the 60 click on the Tudor, which I absolutely love. I think everybody's crazy about that bezel. And I believe Damasco has a ceramic ball bearing as well. This is completely different. So it's almost like a friction bezel. The reason why is if you take off this bezel and take a look at it underneath, there is an O-ring. So it really slides and it glides. It's almost like friction with detent sounds. But it's not the detents that are the most important. It's that the friction to put it in place. It's amazing. The rehaut lines up. Obviously, every tick falls right on every hash mark. I mean, there's a lot to love here with this watch. The watch is beautiful. But it's funny, I hear a lot of people talk about bezels and Seiko. This bezel is amazing. And, you know, I had a lot of questions prior to why don't people like it? They don't like the way it feels. It doesn't have a definite click with a click spring or a ball bearing. No, it doesn't, because there is, as I said, an O-ring inside that makes it slide. So I think it's great. I think we'll have to get a lume shot, but also we'll have to see what it looks like on my wrist. So here it is on a 7-inch wrist. I think it looks good. I think anybody can pull it off if they want to. I think that's the thing. If they want to, I think they can. I mean, come on. People are wearing Panerais like crazy. There's no reason why you can't wear a Tuna. Let's take a look at it in a business suit. So here it is with a suit. Is this cuff going to close? Absolutely not. There's no way it will. So you just wear the cuff unbuttoned. Would I wear it to work? Absolutely. As I mentioned before, you know, all the Panerai boys wearing their watches. There's no reason why we can't wear a Tuna to work. So I think it looks great anyway. So let's wind this down with the obligatory Seiko lume shot. This is the Platinum Tuna. As you can see from the lumed bezel to 20 minutes. Comes on like a flashlight. Literally can use it to see in a dark room. Additionally, a great thing about it is it has longevity. This is, you know, easily 7 hours. If I get up and it's dark and I've slept 7 hours, you can easily see it. So let's go back up top. So in closing with this Platinum Tuna, it's real different. It looks bigger because it has, you know, that Cermet shroud on it. So it looks remarkably bigger next to the Darth, and they're both the same exact size. I absolutely love the watches. I have to pare them down, and I have to figure out which ones I want to keep and what I want to sell, because I can't keep 4 of them. That's crazy. I went absolutely Seiko nuts. But I am a believer now. I'm a Seiko fan, and I think that's great. Please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.